The Heart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Over the 4th of July weekend, the city of Clinton lost a great individual who cared deeply about the community. Tom Edmunds passed away on July 3rd at age 74. At the Tuesday night Clinton City Council meeting, commissioners shared their memories of Edmunds, who served several terms on the Clinton City Council, including 2 stints as mayor. Commissioner John Wise says there may not have been a person in the community who knew more about Clinton than Edmunds.
We lost an individual in the city that for decades has been nothing but a promoter of the city of Clinton. Started out with a band that came up on the square and would play on Friday nights. As a young man, he became a banker. He helped numerous people with getting businesses and loans and things to get going with. Then he got into politics. He's been mayor, he's been commissioner, and he was an individual that just knew no bounds about where he was at and what he wanted to do. You would think of something from 40 years ago, ask him a question, and he would give you an answer. And when you go down and finally get down in the basement and look it up, it was right. You didn't have to, really got to the point where you didn't even have to second guess the man. He had a memory that was better than anything I've ever seen. He was an encyclopedia that knew everything in and out of the finance of Clinton, and he's going to really be hard-pressed to find someone that's going to be able to fill his shoes. I just hope his family, everybody gets through the funeral on Friday, and anybody can come. It's 9 o'clock at visitation, and I think he deserves a good send-off. Danny's been working on some things that's going to be really nice. I got the honor of being one of the pallbearers, and that really made me feel really well placed because I do anything in the world for the man because he really did have nothing but a caring and great heart for Clinton, Illinois.
Commissioner Kenny Buchanan recalled Edmunds' many roles in his time working for the city of Clinton and then working together on the council.
Now, the city council, we lost a great person. Tom did a lot for this city. Tom was actually my boss for a while when I worked at landfill. And I moved on to different departments, so I wasn't my boss any longer, but also working with him on the council. I really had the pleasure to work with Tom on the council. I enjoyed it, working with him. Enjoyed him as a person, talked every once in a while. Always made me laugh. He was a big boss.
Commissioner Dan Ballinger kept his comments brief, noting Edmunds' heart for Clinton.
I'll start off with Tom. There's probably nobody in this town that cared about the city of Clinton more than Tom Edmunds. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Services for Edmunds will be at 11 a.m. Friday, July 10th at the Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton, with Pastor Daryl Howard officiating. Burial will follow at Memorial Park Cemetery in Clinton. Visitation will be 9 to 11 a.m. Friday at the funeral home. Memorials may be directed to the Organ Fund at Clinton Presbyterian Church or the Clinton Rotary Club. Visit DeWittDailyNews.com for the full obituary. When Haley Roberson takes the reins as the city manager for Farmer City on August 1st, she will be starting when a lot is happening in the community. On the WHOW Morning Show, with outgoing city manager Taylor Baxter on Tuesday, Roberson told the Heart Media Group there is a lot to market for their small community in DeWitt County.
like Taylor had mentioned, there's already some development going on that he had really kind of gotten started. And I think maybe even there were some conversations about it prior to Taylor's arrival. And so that was going well. And it's some housing. You know, one thing that, and this was a hard thing for me to believe that rural communities struggle with is there enough housing? You're like, populations typically are declining in all of rural. Why don't we have enough houses? But that is the situation. So Farmer City's got a really interesting housing and rental development that's happening. And Farmer City is positioned great, kind of nestled right there between Bloomington and Champaign, and is really going to be a good, you know, is going to be a good fit, I think, for a lot of people who are looking for another place to call home and maybe don't want to deal with just everything that you have in the city, but still have access to everything that you might want.
According to Roberson, one major benefit that folks might eventually find in Farmer City is that they source their own electricity for its residents. With AI and data centers becoming big business, she feels the reliability of the town's electricity is going to appeal to a lot of people.
The other piece of the marketing that I'm hoping to really incorporate, and I've already tipped my hand pretty good that I'm kind of an electric nerd on that, is that Farmer City does provide its own electric. You know, you're going to have better service in terms of that, in terms of electricity, being in a community like Farmer City, where you're not calling a 1-800 number and just hoping that somebody's going to show up. You get to call a specific person and let them know that you're down. They know, we know everything that's happening on our grid and on all of our circuitry. We can see it, and we have specific people who are getting over there and getting all of the different functions up. We come closer to being able to guarantee 24/7, 365 electric service than anybody else. And that's going to look really advantageous, especially with what's coming up in the future, not only for people who are residents, but for businesses as well, who have to have that support.
Additionally, Roberson feels Farmer City offers a very unique educational experience for families, being that it's a smaller school district where students can try an assortment of things during their academic careers.
You have just all the nature that is there, you know, around you for the biking and the walking trails and all of that. You have the lake that's beautiful. I mean, in terms of quality of life, you really get to step that up a couple notches when you go somewhere like Farmer City. The other thing that I think gets overlooked in rural communities is the schools. If your child can have such a much more well-rounded academic experience in a rural community because they can participate in everything. Whereas in larger cities, you're seeing kids have to specialize in whatever it is they want to do, from drama to football. They've got to kind of specialize in that at junior high. They lose out on a lot. But in a community like Farmer City, they can try different things all throughout their academic career and really come out, I think, a lot more well-rounded because they've had so many different experiences.
Roberson calls being rural a true community experience. She feels it is what makes rural living unique to the experience in a bigger metropolitan area. The start of the summer always draws a lot of attention to summer reading, and it seems that the momentum hasn't stopped. On the WHOW Morning Show, Tuesday, Mel Snow, youth program coordinator with the Warner Library, told the Heart Media Group that participation in the Summer Reading Club has been great so far. She reminds that you can still sign up until the program's conclusion event on August 1st.
It's been really great. It's been really fun. We've been busy. It's been hot. We just had a great program yesterday where we painted ceramic garden creatures for people to put out in their gardens because our theme this year is Plant a Seed, Read, as a reminder. And if you have not signed up for summer reading, there is plenty of time to do so. You have until August 1st, which is our celebration this year, the grand celebration for the end of summer reading, August 1st at 10 a.m. You do not need to register for that. You can just come out. It is the Tater Tots this year. They are a musical duo out of Springfield.
Okay.
And they do kids songs, covers their own songs, and it's like an energetic music show. Is that not adorable?
The theme for this year's Summer Reading Club is Plant a Seed, Read. There are 3 different reading levels you can sign up for, making this program accessible to anyone in the community, from early readers to advanced. Learn more about the Summer Reading Club and the Warner Library by visiting vwarner.org or by finding them on Facebook. Get news anytime at DeWitt County's #1 source for news, sports, police blotter, obituaries, and more. It's DeWittDailyNews.com.
It's never too early to start thinking about back-to-school preparations. Part of getting your kids ready for the new school year means making sure they're healthy. SIU Center for Family Medicine is here to help with back-to-school and sports physicals. Healthy kids learn better and play harder. Call 217-735-2317 today to schedule your appointment. That's 217-735-2317. SIU Medicine. Forward for you.
This is Seth Lawrence, station manager for the Heart Media Group here in Clinton. We take pride in being Clinton and Central Illinois' local radio stations each and every day, 7 days a week. What does local news mean? Here's a sample.
Well, we do appreciate the contacts that were made. And, we do take those seriously.
But yeah, all the chemicals are getting adjusted. One of the big things that we're running into is just staffing with the lifeguard.
What they'll do is that we will come flag your yard for the week before 4th of July, and then we'll come recollect them so you don't have to do anything.
We had a kiddo here that had a replica $100 bill, and I know it's replica without even touching it.
You hear the local people that make the news every day, 7 days a week. Follow WHOW on Facebook and Instagram to see the faces behind the voices and stay connected to your local community on WHOW and WEZC.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW AM, FM, and streamed online.
From the Heart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Peyton Tolley allowed 2 hits in 6 shutout innings. Andrew Monasterio and Kadane Rafaela homered, and the Boston Red Sox beat the Chicago White Sox 8-1 on Tuesday night.
The White Sox struggled to find any offensive output Tuesday night, and their counterparts, the other Sox, the Red Sox, touched up Noah Schultz a couple times in the second.
There's a line shot deep left field, and that is gone just inside the foul pole. A low liner for Andrew Monasterio, and the pitch is hit high and deep to left field. This is trouble, and it is gone over the bullpen.
Sox fall 8-1 as they open their final homestand of the first half of the season. But a Guardians loss to the Twins keeps them alone atop the American League Central. I'm Jeff Meller, and I'll have your pregame coverage on Wednesday night starting at 6 o'clock on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
It's more Sox versus Sox action tonight on WHOW as Boston and Chicago play out the second game of the series. Pregame starts at 6 p.m. Matthew Boyd pitched 6 shutout innings. Alex Bregman drove in 2 runs, and the Chicago Cubs beat the Baltimore Orioles 5-2 on Tuesday night. Miguel Amaya scored 3 times for the Cubs, who have won 11 of 14 to tighten their grip on the top spot in the NL wildcard. Making his 3rd start since being sidelined for 7 weeks with a knee injury, Boyd, who is 4-1, allowed 3 hits, struck out 7, and walked just 2. The left-hander is 2-0 with a 1.72 ERA since returning from the injured list on June 25th. Cubs reliever Ryan Rollison entered in the 7th with a 4-0 lead and promptly gave up 2 singles and a walk to load the bases. Adley Rutschman delivered a 2-out, 2-run single off former Oriole Jacob Webb before Gunnar Henderson struck out. Tyler Ferguson worked a perfect 8th, and Trent Thornton got 3 straight outs for his second save. Baltimore starter Shane Baz is 4-8 and retired the first 8 batters he faced, but ended up yielding 3 runs and 6 hits in 6 innings. Bregman hit an RBI single in the 3rd and brought home Amaya with a fielder's choice grounder in the 5th for a 3-0 lead. Amaya singled and scored on a sacrifice fly by Michael Bush in the 7th, and Dansby Swanson made it 5-2 with an RBI single in the 8th. The start of the game was delayed for 56 minutes because of the threat of rain. The grounds crew stood poised behind the rolled-up tarp for about an hour, but the rain never came. Right-hander Colin Rea is 6-5 with a 4.74 ERA and gets the start on Wednesday night against Baltimore righty Dean Kremer, who is 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA. Joey Ortiz homered. Robert Gasser pitched a career-high 7 2/3 innings, and the Milwaukee Brewers beat the St. Louis Cardinals 10-2 Tuesday night to complete a doubleheader sweep. Jacob Misarowski struck out 11 in the first game of the split doubleheader, which was a makeup from May 5th, and the Brewers won 4-3. Milwaukee has won 4 straight games and 7 in a row against St. Louis. The Cardinals lost their 4th straight. Gasser is 2-3 and allowed just a 2-run homer to Nelson Velasquez. He struck out 4, walked 1, and scattered 4 hits. Cooper Pratt gave the Brewers a 1-0 lead with a leadoff triple in the 3rd inning and scored on a Christian Yelich groundout. Luis Lara, in his major league debut, got his first hit and RBI with a 2-run single that gave the Brewers a 3-0 lead in the 5th. Milwaukee broke it open with 7 runs against Cardinals reliever Jared Schuster in the 7th. Ortiz started the outburst with a solo homer, and Bryce Terang, Gary Sanchez, Jackson Churio, and Pratt followed with RBI hits. Cardinals starter Hunter Dobbins has a record of 1-1 and was appointed the team's 27th man for the doubleheader, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 3. With St. Louis trailing by 8, infielder Brian Torres pitched 2 scoreless innings in relief. Cardinals right-hander Michael McGreevy is 3-7 with a 3.12 ERA and will make his final start before the All-Star break after having turned in the rotation pushed back a day. The Brewers counter with left-hander Kyle Harrison, who is 8-1 with a 2.82 ERA in the 4th game of the 5-game series on Wednesday night. In scores from around the MLB yesterday, the Detroit Tigers beat the Athletics 6-2, while the Pittsburgh Pirates routed the Atlanta Braves 12-4. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the New York Yankees 6-4, while the Miami Marlins beat the Seattle Mariners 6-5 in 10 innings, and the Houston Astros beat the Washington Nationals 6-3. In a very high-scoring game, the Kansas City Royals beat the New York Mets 16-12, while the Philadelphia Phillies took down the Cincinnati Reds 4-1. The Minnesota Twins beat the Cleveland Guardians 3-1, while the Texas Rangers took down the LA Angels 8-3. The San Diego Padres beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1, while the Toronto Blue Jays beat the San Francisco Giants 9-3, and the Colorado Rockies beat the LA Dodgers 4-3. Get highlights of your local high school program by finding IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platforms, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton.
It's been great. You and Ben and the entire team are doing a great job. And we're just continuing on serving the local community, right? This is what this is all about. We're here to serve our local community. We're here to tell the local stories. We're here to cover the news. So nothing in that regard is changing. Our goal is connecting people. And that's our tagline at Hart Media Group. It's connecting people.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in August of 2025 and looks forward to serving the community for years to come.
Hey, it's Shane from Highway 51 Exchange, your mower and equipment service pros just south of Clinton. Click our banner ad on DeWittDailyNews.com or give us a call to schedule your free pickup and delivery today. Highway 51 Exchange.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to enjoy them. Your home should too. At Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, enjoy one-story living and walking that's right outside your door. Spend less time on upkeep and more time enjoying spring. To learn more, click our IHOM at DeWittDailyNews.com.
The Forcevo Fungicide 3, a powerful group of effective active ingredients working together to force control and destroy corn and soybean foliar diseases with residual activity up to 30 days, never resting, having your back, keeping crops and yield potential safe and healthy.
The line was, Forcevo Fungicide gives you residual activity up to 30 days.
A hero can be anyone. It can even be a fungicide. Go to Corteva.com/hero.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online 24 hours a day.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump says that while in his view the Iran ceasefire is over, negotiations can continue. His remarks follow the latest exchange of fire between the U.S. and Iran. Yesterday, Iran attacked several tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. responded to that by hitting Iranian military targets. Then the Iranians lashed out at a couple of neighbors, Kuwait and Bahrain. Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are among the latest Graham Plattner backers to suggest that the Democrat drop out of the U.S. Senate race in Maine amid fresh sexual assault allegations against him. At this week's preliminary hearing, lawyers for Charlie Kirk's accused assassin questioning DNA evidence that's been presented by the prosecution. Watching Wall Street, the Dow futures down 415 points. More details, srnnews.com.
Hey, I'm Brant, and her name is Sherry.
Hello.
She's a friend of mine whom we were just praying for because of a surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is
Medishare.
That is right.
Yeah. So what was your experience like with Medishare and the healthcare bills?
Honestly, Brant, seamless. And what a blessing that is when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were zero problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in with your need, that is just
refreshing.
Yes, that's what it is.
What I keep telling people love Medishare and they love saving tons of money too. The typical family can save $500 a month.
I am very thankful for Medishare. It is so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way.
It is good different. Call now. They're easy to talk to, and you can get a price within 2 minutes. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
From the Hart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local news update. When Haley Roberson takes the reins as the city manager for the city of Farmer City on August 1st, she will be starting when a lot is happening in the community. On the WHOW Morning Show Tuesday, with outgoing city manager Taylor Baxter, Roberson told the Hart Media Group there is a lot to market for their small community in DeWitt County.
like Taylor had mentioned, there's already some development going on that he had really kind of gotten started. And I think maybe even there were some conversations about it prior to Taylor's arrival. And so that was going well. And it's some housing. You know, one thing that, and this was a hard thing for me to believe that rural communities struggle with is there enough housing? You're like, populations typically are declining in all of rural. Why don't we have enough houses? But that is the situation. So Farmer City's got a really interesting housing and rental development that's happening. And Farmer City is positioned great, kind of nestled right there between Bloomington and Champaign, and is really going to be a good, is going to be a good fit, I think, for a lot of people who are looking for another place to call home and maybe don't want to deal with just everything that you have in the city, but still have access to everything that you might want.
According to Roberson, one major benefit that folks may eventually find in Farmer City is that they source their own electricity for its residents.
The other piece of the marketing that I'm hoping to really incorporate, and I've already tipped my hand pretty good that I'm kind of an electric nerd on that, is that Farmer City does provide its own electric. You're going to have better service in terms of that, in terms of electricity, being in a community like Farmer City, where you're not calling a 1-800 number and just hoping that somebody's going to show up. You get to call a specific person and let them know that you're down. We know everything that's happening on our grid and on all of our circuitry. We can see it, and we have specific people who are getting over there and getting all of the different functions up. We come closer to being able to guarantee 24/7, 365 electric service than anybody else. And that's going to look really advantageous, especially with what's coming up in the future.
Additionally, Roberson feels Farmer City offers a very unique educational experience for families, being that it is a smaller school where students can try an assortment of things during their academic careers. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 86. Southwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies again tonight, lows level off around 69. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms. Daytime highs approaching 89. Hear weather twice an hour or online anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Right now, it's 75 degrees.
It's never too early to start thinking about back-to-school preparations. Part of getting your kids ready for the new school year means making sure they're healthy. SIU Center for Family Medicine is here to help with back-to-school and sports physicals. Healthy kids learn better and play harder. Call 217-735-2317 today to schedule your appointment. That's 217-735-2317. SIU Medicine. Forward for you.
The WHOW Morning Show is now video streamed live on the WHOW WEZC DeWittDailyNews.com Facebook page and on the new WHOW TV YouTube channel. Watch morning show host Seth Lawrence interview guests live, as well as watch archived video podcasts of any interview you missed. Whether on Facebook or YouTube, we're providing 2 more ways that Central Illinois' local news station, WHOW, delivers compelling content for you.
Here are the contest rules for our stations. We allow 1 person per household to win any prize from the radio stations in a 30-day period, unless otherwise stated. All prizes are to be picked up within 2 weeks at the studios inside the Big Red Barn at 2980 U.S. Highway 51, 4 miles south of Clinton. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays. Any cash prize is mailed within 30 days of winning, only if cash winners call our business line within 2 weeks of their name being drawn to provide their mailing address. Employees and their families of regional radio are not eligible to participate or win any contest.
Hear Clinton Maroon live play-by-play this season on WHOW, the Big 1520 Daytime, 92.3 FM in DeWitt County, and 106.5 in Bloomington Normal all the time. Plus streamed at DeWittDailyNews.com, on the WHOW mobile app, and Amazon Alexa. Plus hear a best of Clinton sports broadcast Saturday mornings at 10. All brought to you by the Clinton Sports Boosters, Clinton Community YMCA, and our exclusive sponsor of Timeouts, Connexus Fiber Internet.
There's a reason WHOW is the Big 1520 across central Illinois. That's because anytime the sun is up, you can hear WHOW's big signal from Jacksonville to Peoria, from Pontiac to the Indiana state line, and to Charleston and Effingham. Anywhere you travel in central Illinois, take WHOW, the Big 1520, with you in your car, truck, or tractor. Just another reason why WHOW is Central Illinois' news, agriculture, and talk station.
You're listening to a best of segment of the WHOW Morning Show, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, this is a best of the WHOW Morning Show.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Mel Snow with the Warner Library, flying solo today. Mel, how are you?
I am doing well, Seth. How are you doing?
Good. You're not fretting about this, are you?
No. Sweet Emily, she's on vacation.
Yeah, where is she, by the way?
She's in Arizona.
That's not fair.
I know, but you know what? She's probably so miserably hot, right?
She probably is.
Yeah,
so
she's probably not having fun at all.
Served her right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year, we got to make sure she doesn't vacation on our interview time. What was she thinking?
No, she didn't even think about us at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just selfishness. Yeah, self-centered. She's going on vacation, dang it. You know, like, come on.
We'll have to tell her we did a great job without her.
Yeah, we had so much fun. It was the best, most fun interview ever. And you missed it because you were on vacation.
Loved it.
Yeah, shame her. Just give her all the shame.
I know. We'll do that.
Yeah, we
She'll
should.
be back later today, so I'll tell her.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's always how it goes.
She couldn't bring herself to come home a few hours earlier.
She can't control the airlines.
Yeah, right? Like, man, again, selfishness.
Yeah.
Just the self-centeredness.
What are we gonna do?
I know. All right. Well, anyways, I guess we'll make do.
Yeah, I think so.
Summer Reading Club, Mel. How's it going?
It's been really great. It's been really fun. We've been busy. It's been hot.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a great program yesterday where we painted ceramic garden creatures for people to put out in their gardens, because our theme this year is Plant a Seed, Read, as a reminder. And if you have not signed up for summer reading, there is plenty of time to do so. You have until August 1st, which is our celebration this year, the grand celebration for the end of summer reading, August 1st at 10 a.m. You do not need to register for that. You can just come out. It is the Tater Tots this year. They are a musical duo out of Springfield.
Okay.
And they do kids songs, covers their own songs, and it's like an energetic musical music show.
And they're called the Tater Tots.
They're called the Tater Tots. Is that not adorable?
That is.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
That is funny. And it's fitting. August 1st just happens to fall on a Saturday, so it's perfect.
It does, and that's our last day. Even if you wanted to sign up that day, you still could. And then come to the kickoff or the celebration and have a pizza party with our friends, which is sponsored by the Friends of the Library. We couldn't do this without them. They give us a lot of funding and volunteer their time and fundraise for us all year. And they really help us with a lot of the stuff. So.
Sure. Very good. Yeah. And speaking of, you could still sign up August 1st, I guess, if you really wanted to.
Absolutely.
Which leads me to believe you could sign up now if you wanted to.
Absolutely. You can sign up anytime between now and our celebration, which is August 1st. You can sign up that date if you want. All reading counts. We just want to encourage you to read. We're avoiding that summer slide where we just forget everything we learned all year because we're not keeping our brains active. So that's really all we're trying to do, is encourage you to read. You get to pick which path works for you, how much reading you do. We make it as easy as we can on you, the patron. We just want to encourage you to continue reading and use the library throughout summer.
Very good. Very good. So remind us, Mel, the levels for reading this year. You can pick 3 if I'm not mistaken.
There's 3. And our theme this year is Plant a Seed, Read. So you are a butterfly, a bumblebee, or a bookworm. And that is dependent on what you decide how much you're reading. So you're filling in a circle. Every page has the same amount of circles. It's what you do to fill in that circle. So as a butterfly, it's one whole book. So if you're picture books, just learning to read, reading with a mom or a parent, or maybe you want to really challenge yourself, you read a lot, you can do the butterfly and you will fill in your circle when you finish one book. The bumblebee is 30 minutes of reading, and the bookworm is an hour of reading before you fill in a circle.
Okay.
So you decide which path works best for you, and you come in when you finish each row. Each row has 8 bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
When you circle each, you fill in each bubble, you'll come in, you get a prize from our treasure chest,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a ticket. And the tickets are what you use towards our grand prizes, like the Nintendo Switch. We have a Neato basket this year that has been very popular. We have some experiences where you can shadow a police officer for a day, shadow a firefighter for a day. We have a metal detector, Barbie Dream House, Lego sets. I mean, we have 27, I believe, prizes, grand prizes this year. So you can also decide that you don't want anything in our treasure chest and double your tickets and double your chances to win something big. You also get extra tickets this year for coming to our events.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you want to get more chances, just show up, or please register for events that need registration. But we have a lot of events that don't need registration that you can just show up for, and you'll get extra tickets.
Has that been a draw for kids?
It has.
Yeah.
It took a little bit for it to catch on. I think this is the first year we've done it, so people just now started realizing that they can do that. And so now, yes, it has definitely noticed a big increase in that as far as participation, which is great. That's what we want.
Sure. What's been popular on the program front?
So our story times are always really popular. We have those every Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's our toddler time. And then every Friday at 10 a.m. we have preschool pals, and we do a small craft, and that's for the older kids, the 3 to 5. The stories are a little longer. And it's just great. They practice their listening skills and sitting, and we do some dancing. So that is always really popular. And then we just had an equipment day out on the lawn. The rain didn't cooperate us with it so much, but Case brought, or Central Illinois Ag brought some Case lawn equipment.
Yeah,
and
right.
We had
Yeah.
that, or some farm equipment.
Yeah.
And so that was obviously
it
really
was.
popular. Then we had this mobile science lab that was so popular. We had from U of I, they came and had 2 different labs, natural history survey. It was very cool.
Yeah. And they do a great job with that stuff.
Great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned a lot, but still had a lot of fun. So that was great.
Yep. Cool. Nice. Very good. Well, again, Mel Snow with the Warner Library, our guest in studio today. We continue to talk Summer Reading Club. Do you want to do more on Summer Reading Club? Do you want to get into your programs on the calendar?
Let's talk about my programs, because
Yes,
those
please.
tie right into summer reading. So we have more things that you can attend for tickets coming up. So if you want to earn more chances to win those grand prizes, you still have time. Even if you finished out your sheet, we've had a few people that have finished their sheet. You can still get more tickets for coming to programs. So coming up, we have Garden Club actually on Thursday, but that's every Thursday. We alternate between morning and afternoon. So this Thursday it's at 6:30. Next Thursday it'll be 8:30, and then the following will be 6:30 in the afternoon. So we can alternate between morning and evening. But something I really want to highlight that starts today. Actually, when I get back, I'll be racing to set up for our first movie day. So we lost the movie theater, and we were really bummed about that. And we know that they used to offer free movies for kids. So we are going to do that now. We got our Swank license so that we can offer movies and show them in the library. And it started July 1st.
Wait, you can't just pull a movie off the shelf and play it?
No,
Really?
No, which is why we weren't able to do it last month. So you have to pay for a licensing to show movies. So you can't just show any movie anywhere, especially, we are showing it to patrons. So we have to pay to show movies that we already own. So it's kind of bizarre. But yeah, you have to pay licensing, copyright fees to the people that own the companies, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we have to pay to show those, which is, we don't mind doing that. It's great. We're going to start doing that every Tuesday in July at 10 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So today at 10 is our first one. We're encouraging patrons to come. It's free. You don't have to register. It's downstairs in the Revere room. Bring your own snacks, blankets, get cozy. You can bring snacks, your own drinks, reusable water bottles we recommend. And we will have it showing in the Revere room downstairs. So we're just encouraging you to do that today at Zootopia 2.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, we are going to be showing, and all this is listed on our website in case you're not going to remember. Next Tuesday, we have, Gabby's Dollhouse is the 21st. Bad Guys 2 is the 28th. And the 14th is Dogman.
Dogman.
And they're all at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So you can always check our website for that if you're wondering what's showing.
Okay. Don't have to pay for it?
Nope.
That's a free program?
It's free. You don't have to register. You
Okay.
can just show up. And
That's what I meant, register. I'm sorry, not pay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll never have to pay for anything at the library. Register. You don't have to register. You can just show up and you'll get an extra ticket for participating for summer reading.
Come watch a movie and get a ticket for the prizes.
Yeah, and
what
maybe
the heck?
maybe that will be the ticket that wins you your Nido basket.
There you go.
You never know.
Yep, for sure. Very good. So put those movies on the calendar. It's free movies in July at the library. Very good. What else do you have on the calendar, Mel?
So that is for everyone. We also have some great things for teens coming up that I'm excited about. So this Saturday, we have our Dungeons and Dragons that our wonderful friend Logan hosts for us, and he does a great job. And that's right at 9 a.m. and you can still register for that. That's for teens. We say 12 to 18 with our teen range. We also have, maybe that's not your thing, we have Crime Club this month on the 16th. That is hosted by Kristen, who does our podcast. She's fantastic. She digs into local history, oftentimes local history. This one is about a monkman who defrauded Dr. John Warner. So we're going to be covering that case. And you get free pizza. We do pizza, snacks, and we talk about local crime. It's really
my
great.
gosh.
It's really fun. So
there is no better trio.
I know. Honestly, we're doing what we can to lure those teens in. We're doing our best.
Yeah.
And that's getting a following. So yeah, if
Cool.
you're interested in that, that's the 16th at 5:00.
Are teens into the true crime stuff now?
Yes.
Are they
True
really?
Crime.
Really?
Yes. I mean, skincare, it's
Oh,
really like more adult like things. It's I don't know if it's the internet or what. Just growing up so fast now.
Evidently,
So,
man.
yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
So yes, that one has been really popular. And then we're also doing a history tour, and that's the following Thursday. That's for teens, and that's at 6:00. And that's Bobby, our director, is going to take us on a tour of the square, hit some different places than we hit the last time. So if you were on the walking tour that she did last summer, we're going to do some different places this time.
Bobby's great.
She's great. And she's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
So I lean on her whenever I can for things like that, especially local history, because she's really great with all of that.
Totally is.
So-
Very good. Well, that's the teen programs. Mel, where do folks go to find those, that list of those?
So vwarner.org is the best place for you to go. Rachel is really great. She manages our website, and she has an upcoming program thing right at the top there. All you have to do is click on that. It'll take you right to everything. Registration is listed right there. It tells you if you have to register or not for programs.
Nice.
Very easy.
Very good. Do you have programs that are recurring for kids or adults? Yeah.
Yes. So every Monday at 5, we have Barbie Club. Every Tuesday at 5, we have Family Lego Club. Every Wednesday at 5, we have Youth Lego Club. And then the story times that I mentioned are every Wednesday and Friday.
Okay.
And then for adults, they have like rotating book clubs, but they're not always the same day.
Got it. Sure.
But yeah, for children, those are every week.
That's what I was asking about,
Yes.
or what meant to ask about. Yes. Very good. Very good. Website one more time for this list of activities.
vwarner.org, or you can visit our Facebook page.
Very good. Mel Snow, Warner Library, our guest in studio today. More to come with Mel coming up on the morning show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Wednesday. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network. Corn opening steady, beans and wheat higher. September corn starting today, 443.5, down 1/4. December corn unchanged, 464.25. March corn, 479.25, up 1/4. August beans opening 1201 3/4, up 7.5. September beans up a nickel, 11.92, and November beans 1202.5. up a nickel. September Chicago wheat 622.25, up 3.25. December KC wheat 672 3/4, up 5.5. August bean meal 313.40, down 2.80. August bean oil up $1.72, 70.32. Energy market September Brent crude oil up 3.87, 78.03. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
Baum Chevrolet Buick offers full transportation options while giving you peace of mind. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. This is what we do every day. We listen to you, give you options for routine maintenance, major mechanical problems, or collision repairs with a staff that's knowledgeable to find the best option for you. Baum Chevrolet Buick, your full-service dealer. See us at baumchevybuick.com right from the start.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton, talking about continuing to serve the community through new ownership.
Things came together and we reached an agreement to purchase. And as you mentioned, we closed August the 1st. So as August the 1st, Miller Media Group is now Hart Media Group. And we're continuing to serve the people of Clinton and DeWitt County and Monticello and Bloomington and Decatur and everywhere, because we'll just keep connecting people as we've been doing.
The Hart Media Group looks forward to continuing to serve the community for years to come. You're listening to a best of segment of the WHOW Morning Show, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, this is a best of the WHOW Morning Show.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. The fun continues on this morning with Mel Snow, with the Warner Library in Clinton, our guest. I know we gave Emily a hard time about not being here this morning. You're flying solo today, Mel. She conveniently left all of her talking points with you to pass along.
Yes.
Not that we don't appreciate your method of delivery, just, Emily's got her unique way of.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
she's got her flair that I
Yeah.
don't really bring. So,
Yeah, you
I
guys have
totally
flair
get
in
it.
different ways. So
Totally get it.
what does
Yes.
she have that she wants you to pass
Yes.
along?
So Emily has a lot of stuff coming up this month too. So for her, she has yoga that
Mhm.
is on Saturdays in July, and it's at 9 a.m. and that's yoga with Stacy, and that I believe is in the Revere Room. Yep, and it's 45 minutes. You can bring a mat if you have one, and water and props if you have any. But she does appreciate that you register for that. And that is every Saturday in July. It looks like the 7th, I'm sorry, it's the 11th and the 25th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Oh, also, this is really exciting. Our ASL club started up again. So
ASL club.
our American Sign Language Club started, and that's all ages. So they really work with you. We've got little kids that come to that, through adults. So everyone is welcome at that, and it's every Monday. And it's Mondays in July from 5:30 to 6:30. They would like you to register for that because they provide snacks, and so that just helps them know how much to prepare for that. But that's really fun. They do a lot, and sometimes
Who leads that?
What's that?
Who leads that?
Cassandra Mahan. She's worked with 4-H a lot.
Okay.
She helps us out with a ton of programming. She does a
Sure.
really great job.
Okay.
Sometimes they even come into story times and do some of the sign language with the kids during our story times
Oh,
on
cool.
Fridays, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, that just started up. I think Monday was its first one. So very exciting if you're interested in that. 5:30 to 6:30 every Monday.
All right.
On the 18th, she has chair yoga. So that's why on the 11th is regular yoga and the 25th. And then on the 18th at 9 a.m. is chair yoga. So
Okay.
if you need assisted yoga on the 18th, and it's free, which
Yeah.
is so great.
Mhm.
And then this is the one that I'm really excited about. This is Anton, who works with us. He is a master naturalist, and he is going to do this birds, the story of the last dinosaurs. And basically he talks about the natural history of birds and how they've kind of evolved into dinosaurs. So if you're interested in
So he doesn't think they're agents of the government who are spying on us?
No. Why?
Okay.
Who says that?
Oh, you haven't heard this?
Oh gosh, no, I don't know any of this lore. This is why Emily should be here, because she's
I feel like Emily
oh, yeah.
Emily would know this. Yeah.
would. She
No,
would
there's
know
like a theory that like birds are plants of the government and they're just watching us. And
Oh, I've heard that about pigeons.
oh, okay, so
Because
pigeons.
people are like, pigeons never. People like, have you ever seen a pigeon? I don't even know what they're in weird places. or
Yeah.
something. I
Well,
don't
and then
know.
there was like the whole during like the
conspiracy.
government shutdown, everybody's like, did you notice there weren't very many birds?
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, yeah, because it was February
Yeah.
or something like that, But
That's so weird. No, well, you know what? I'll ask Anton if he has.
there
any
you go. I bet
opinions on
I bet
that.
he would know
He would
this.
know. He would
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I bet he's gonna say no. Birds exist.
Yeah. Right.
I have a feeling, especially as the natural evolution of them, he's gonna know. He's
Yeah,
gonna know,
sure,
for
sure.
Ooh, this one, I know Bobby would be really excited for me to highlight too, because this is Nellie Bly. We have a woman who dresses up, as and emulates the person. She's coming as Nellie Bly. And Nellie Bly is a really cool person from history. She was a journalist, like an investigative journalist, like one of the first women investigative journalists. She went in an insane asylum and pretended to be insane to go into an insane asylum and highlight the horrors behind it and how they were kind of keeping people there that weren't necessarily insane. So that was pretty crazy for her time. And also she traveled around the world. She was like one of the first people to like travel around the world. And I'm sure I'm getting a lot of this wrong, but she read Jules Verne novel Around the World in 80 Days. Like it inspired her to like travel, and she was one of the, I think maybe one of the first women to do it. So very cool. If you're interested in that, learning her history.
What is this? She's an impersonator?
She's an impersonator. She's coming dressed as her, and she'll tell you all of the stories of her travels. And she's a very cool lady, someone that everyone should learn about.
Yeah.
So this
is she a local lady or like a?
She's not local. We've worked with her before. She's coming. I think
No. Is Nellie Bly a local lady?
No. I think she's from like Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But she's just a very cool historical woman that everyone should know about.
Sure.
So we're highlighting her. And she is the Nellie Bly impersonator, is coming Tuesday 28th at 6:30. And that one will be popular. So if you're interested in registering for that one, I would really recommend that you get on and register as soon as possible, because that one will fill up.
I want to know more about the insane asylums.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I know there's a lot of history where she was hearing about people that were fine being held there. And she went behind the scenes, and that's what was happening. So
you ever see those videos of like old insane asylums? And,
yeah, they're so spooky.
Yeah, they're spooky and creepy.
Well, you hear the stories about what they did to people in the name of like health, and it's like, oh gosh, terrible.
Different
so
times.
Scary. Yeah, different times. So happy we live in these ones sometimes, you know.
All right, I got 1 minute, Mel. What did I miss with you today?
So we talked about the HVAC project. Yes, Bobby would love for me to give you a quick HVAC project. So it continues to progress. The new building is completely finished, and it actually feels a lot better in there. It's like the coolest summer we've had in many, many years. So we're very grateful for that.
The coolest and the coolest.
The coolest and the coolest.
Yeah.
I love that. The missing equipment for the old building is finally at our HVAC's company, and we're just waiting on the contractor availability for it to be installed.
Oh.
So
the missing equipment.
The
case of the missing equipment.
I know. We should have written a book about it.
Yeah. What happened?
It was in, who knows? Maybe it was in the Strait. Who knows? It was somewhere, but it was held up for like months and months and months and months and months. I mean, our new building is completely done.
Maybe some pirates got it.
Who knows?
How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
That wouldn't be cool, but it'd be cool.
Look for that book at the library.
We got to get down to the bottom of this.
Yes, we have to solve it. But yeah, apparently it's shown up.
All right. Very good. Anything else on that very quickly?
No, that's it. We are happy that it's going to be installed very shortly, and the old building then should be open.
Very good. Where do folks go to learn about all the programs we've talked about today, Mel?
ewarner.org or our Facebook page.
Very good. Very good. Mel Snow, Warner Library, our guest in studio. Network news comes your way now.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, along with 92.3 FM Clinton and 106.5 FM Bloomington Normal.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Some strong words for Iran at the NATO summit in Turkey.
President Donald Trump said the interim agreement with Iran is over, saying, frankly, I don't want to waste my time with them.
They're liars. They're cheats. They're sick people. They've hurt their people. They killed 54,000 people as of now that were protesting.
Trump says he'll allow talks on the Iran war to continue. On the topic of NATO, Trump says he hasn't been happy with NATO.
Because of what they did with Greenland. And I'm not happy with NATO because of the fact that they didn't want to help us with the #1 state sponsor of terror. That's Iran.
I'm Donna Warder.
The U.S. struck military targets in Iran early today after the Iranians attacked several ships in the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. Iran retaliated for the U.S. attacks by targeting a couple of its neighbors, Kuwait and Bahrain. A Democratic U.S. Senate candidate in Maine sees his base of support drying up.
New York City Mayor Democrat Zohran Mamdani joining other prominent leaders in the party in calling for Graham Plattner to withdraw from the Senate race in light of the new allegations of sexual assault that Plattner denies. The New York City mayor responding to a reporter question at a news conference.
The focus of today should be to respond to the gravity of what so many of us have read. And I think that the only appropriate response is for the campaign to come to an end.
Laura Winters reporting.
A newly released AP Norc poll highlights division among American Jews over Israel. Religiously observant Jews often see support for Israel as central to their identity, while those who are not religious are more critical of Israel's actions in Gaza. Watching Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell, Dow futures down 444 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The military.